behalf of my team at UpSmith, I'm thrilled to be back at the summit this year. GSV has been such a fantastic partner for us since the very earliest innings of our company's history. And it's a real joy for us to be able to share the latest and greatest from our team here at the summit and the show. As the founder and CEO of UpSmith, we're very focused around combating America's skilled workforce shortage. It's one of the most important social, economic, US competitiveness challenges out there. There's almost 1 million openings in US manufacturing construction roles across the United States. That number is getting worse, not better, in many ways, due to structural forces on the supply side and increasing demand from consumers at the same time. We believe that solving this problem is really critical to the future of our country, and that skilled labor is the backbone industrially for the nation. And so it's really important to us to be able to play a role in making a contribution. We think that technology can deliver a really unfair advantage to the customers that we serve, and by extension, help the people in those companies flourish, live very high impact and thriving careers. And so I want to share a little bit with you about the challenges that lots of these skilled trades companies are facing today around the United States, and then why agentic AI creates such a really awesome opportunity to address it. So I'll take you back in time just a few years to 2020. That was a wild time, I think we can all agree. And one of the big challenges that people were feeling during the pandemic was a lot of concerns about safety at home. And so people made really big investments in their homes during the pandemic while they were there, spending a lot of time with their families and thinking about what would necessarily lead to a better outcome for that group. As a result of that, we saw a big spike in things like system replacements of home air filtration system, of HVAC systems, of things that ultimately are usually on a replacement cycle about once every 10 years, being pulled forward and happening in 2020 and 2021. What that means is that fast forward now to 2024 and 2025, and a lot of the organic demand that would exist for what is the most important, highest ticket, largest margin item that many of these companies take on is going down. What does that look like exactly? Well, because there are fewer people looking for these big investments in their homes because they did it a couple of years ago, leads are harder to find. This is a map of a chart of showing what US system replacements in the HVAC sector have looked like since 2021. And what you see is that there's a really significant decline. It becomes more challenging in that environment to find new opportunities to take on the highest margin, highest value tickets these companies do. And so trade associations like the Air Conditioner Contractors of America group really identify a big problem. They say it's an issue of slowing demand, and given a lot of uncertainty that might exist in the economy right this minute, that problem gets exacerbated. So demand's going down. What about the cost of being able to find new leads? Well, as you might guess, it's going up. I know Google is a big supporter of the show, and it's awesome to see all the things they're unveiling here. I'll tell you what, it may be the best business model ever invented, thinking about search as a way of being able to monetize people's attention. But as companies are winning less, they're spending way more using search engine optimization to try to find leads and bring people from local service areas into their networks. So this is a chart that shows you what the cost per paid lead in home services looked like in 2022 and what it looks like now in 2024 and 2025. You may recall, demand down 17%, cost for finding new leads up 25%. That is a real pinch. And so if you think about all the different ways that you could spend money, it becomes increasingly important to find the ones that are going to lead to the best ads the fastest. Finally, even as demand's going down, even as costs are going up, people's expectations are only getting higher and higher. So families like this one who are looking for home services are applying a lot of the same things they would do in consumer markets, about personalization, about speed, about really knowing their background. And they have a high expectation that you're gonna be able to customize what you do as a skilled tradesperson to them. Well, if you're operating on legacy systems that don't give you that insight, that is super hard to do. And so it becomes more and more challenging for these companies to get a lead, to be able to process that lead, to send a technician out to someone's house and have them be successful. When you're not getting as much feedback, when you're not getting as much signal, that creates a really challenging brew. So what do we do about that? Well, at UpSmith, we are helping skilled trades companies all across the United States. We serve thousands of skilled trades people. And when we look at the opportunities that they are facing, we see that ultimately there's 3 different techniques that they're trying out. First, they're hiring contact centers, people who are making lots of outbound phone calls. It's stressful. It's not a lot of fun. Anyone that's done cold calling before can attest that it's a really difficult grind. In many cases, they're also saying, what if I discount? What if I lower cuts on my pricing and use that as a way of getting more consumers in the door? Unfortunately, though, that's often a race to the bottom. It's very challenging to be able to ultimately maintain your business model when you're discounting really heavily. And then on the third side, a lot of them are saying, okay, I'm gonna make a big push on social myself. I'm gonna be on all the different platforms. I'm gonna try to establish a relationship with my customer, but it's not an expertise that a lot of these firms have internally. So they look to agencies to help them out. And that's a pretty expensive exercise as well. So the question, when we talk to our customers and the contractors that we serve, that we encourage them to ask is, how can you stop playing defense and go on offense? Start winning leads from the customers you already have. And that's why what's happening right now in AI is so exciting and transformative to the people that we serve. Now, there's a lot of people at this show who will talk about all the different exciting things that are happening in education and workforce development. I'm here to tell you this is driving value for $500 billion worth of market opportunity in the United States right now. And why that is so cool is because it serves tens of thousands of people who are honestly the backbone of our country, doing really important, critical work as plumbers, as electricians, as HVAC technicians all across the United States. But the underlying performance of large language models leveling up dramatically over the course of the last 18 months facilitates something that wasn't possible even 6 months ago. And so the improvement on things like massive multitask language understanding and getting to a point that is exceeding what humans can do. Human experts taking the same assessment, not able to perform as well as the LLMs can do, unlocks things that are not just chatbots, but are agents. Agents that can act on your behalf, that can say, what is the right way to think about how to solve this problem? Not just respond to this prompt. And when you can think about the opportunity that exists right now for entrepreneurs, for investors, for people that are innovating in AI, it is around building something that is hugely impactful as it relates to the way these businesses work. So at UpSmith, we're unveiling here at the show for the first time in a broader technology sense, our AI agent, Jenny. Jenny is a smart assistant who's turning data into better leads and more revenue to help trades companies win and their people flourish. Why we're so excited about Jenny is that quietly for the last 4 months, we've been testing her with different trades companies across the United States. And what we've learned is there's an opportunity here to use all the data that exists in their systems of record to pull out super personalized insights, super customized messages, and ultimately an automated system for being able to pull someone through and book an appointment for them that allows for one of these technicians to go and do the job that we've helped train them to do. To deliver really quality service, to do so in a really personalized way, and to find really meaningful opportunities that are moving the needle for these companies. 2 weeks ago, we were able to have a $15,000 sale land in 2 text messages. 2 texts. The first one saying, we noticed that our records indicate your system's coming up for replacement very soon. We'd love to have somebody come check that out and make sure that you're set up for the summer in North Carolina. It gets pretty hot. The person said, I've been meaning to check on this. How does Monday afternoon work? The AI can validate that person's address, can validate what time is best for them, can book that appointment on the schedule. And because this is such a validated customer, because of those data markers, we see a much higher conversion rate. Because personalization drives conversion. Here's another example from a week and a half ago. Jenny outbounds to a customer in the morning, says, hi, I'm checking in. Our records show this is coming up for our replacement soon. The person doesn't respond all day long. And then at 12:11 in the morning, sitting in bed, they write back, when were you here last? At 12:11 and 15 seconds, last service was on February 25th, 2023. There was an issue upstairs with your cooling. We want to make sure that things are all set. Can we have someone swing by? That level of personalization builds credibility. It leads the person saying, yeah, I know these guys. These are the people that I trust to take care of my home, for my family, for things that I don't understand fully myself. I'm going to have them come back in. Are you available on Friday? Again, not answerable 6 months ago for this customer. Today, in the middle of the night, someone asking about the last time we were there years ago, asking what happened, asking about what would happen next, can be delivered in a way by an agent that is high trust, that is very specific, and ultimately creates a much better outcome. That person did not respond for another 19 hours until the following evening when they said, yep, that's my address, yep, that time works. It wasn't possible to do this at this company even a month and a half ago. And now it allows for them to put more people in the field in commission-driven jobs, where what they take home for their families is fully correlated with how much opportunity exists on the field. So we're really excited about what this can unlock. And we want to give everyone here an opportunity to check it out and try it for themselves. So if you'll pull out your phone, you'll take a picture of this QR code. It will pull up a text message field. If you text start, Ginny will text you back. And it's a chance for you to learn more about the skilled trades business, learn more about us at UpSmith, experience the way in which those AI tools can really transform personalization, data richness, and customization for yourself. I would say thank you to the team at GSV for giving us a chance to share more about this here today. We're excited to get in the field with more trades companies all across the country. And if that's you and you would like to learn more, please reach out at Wyatt at UpSmith.com. Thanks very much.